Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Myung from Asian Institute. I will discuss about the most effective ways for maximizing college financial aid and admission rate this morning. And I used to teach many student families how to improve their eligibility for the college financial aid, as well as the admission rate for the last 20 years, and especially through College Expo. And this presentation will be very crucially important for you because the U.S. government changed it and updated their own formula, and even some terminologies were totally changed, and you might be very questionable for many different areas to be calculated additionally for your own liabilities too. So I will mainly stay with presentation files today, and please stay with me for the next 40 minutes. And hold on. All right. The topic I'm going to talk about today is the most effective ways for maximizing college financial aid and admission rate. And the ideal solution would be the key point to become successful in financial aid. So maximum college financial aid, how we can achieve the maximum level of college financial aid with the application of how we can legally minimize our income level by keeping our the lifestyle, as well as maximum the accountable financial aid from each school. So college admission side would be a crucially important thing because the school will give you more financial aid, or if they prefer you to register the school. So student profile improvement would be one of the ways that you can maximize your college financial aid as well. This is me, and just for quick introductions, and you can actually get a screenshot later. Okay, today the presentation contents are about 4 different parts. And one is college financial aid, which is the type eligibilities and structures, as well as the requirements and applications for through the all financial aid process. And also, number 2 is the most key to success, the important areas of understanding, which is a student aid index, calculation factors, as well as college financial aid planning areas. And we'll discuss about income and asset planning, especially for individual and or business as well. And college admission versus financial aid, how they react and influence each other would be a key, also important factor. And improving college admission rate method would be important thing. How to improve your own profile so that the school could really prefer to enhance your admission rate, as well as improve the financial aid award. Types of financial aid. There are 2 types of financial aid. One is a merit-based financial aid versus a need-based financial aid. Merit-based and need-based is not against each other or additional each other. Just merit is a part of a need-based financial aid, which means that need-based financial aid is the most important factor. And if you got awarded, and you would be able to see that actually merit-based financial aid amount is deducted from need-based financial aid. So no one can receive more than need-based financial aid award. It's not A or B, or it's not A and B, but it's an inclusion inside the need-based financial aid. Need-based financial aid is based on income, asset, household size, and business funds, the actually net worth as well. So you could see that merit-based is included inside a need-based financial aid. And also eligibilities would be a very important thing. Also, the eligibility is based on the student's status. Student must be at least a permanent resident or U.S. citizen to be considered as a need-based financial aid. And their GPA level must be at least a 2.0 out of 4.0 scale. You know how hard to get a lower than 2.0? Of course. And also, with a rare exceptional, the cases are actually international students and undocumented or DACA students would be eligible to receive financial aid. It is based on undocumented, and DACA would be based on which state you reside in. And international students are the nationwide level. There are more than 184 the private colleges available, especially give you need-based financial aid, which is normally based on the international student that grant. 중요한 사실은 그 대학에서 그 학생의 그 eligibility, 재정 보조 받을 수 있는 eligibility는 부모의 신분이 아니라 학생의 신분을 얘기합니다. 그 영주권이나 시민권자들을 대상으로 하지만 성적은 4.5 기준에 2.0은 넘어야 되고요. 그리고 기본적으로 인터내셔널 수련한테도 재정 보조를 해주는 대학이 184개 이상이 현존하고 있습니다. 그리고 그런 인터내셔널 스튜던트 그랜트만 받을 수가 있는데요. 융자나 이런 거는 힘들고요. 그런데 실질적으로 사립대학의 경우는 대부분 한 85에서 86% 정도까지도 커버가 됩니다. 그리고 언다큐멘티드라든가 아니면 서류 미비자나 다카 스튜던트들은 주에 따라서 다릅니다. 캘리포니아 같은 데는 연 한 28,000에서 35,000 사이도 받을 수가 있습니다. All right, this is a very important diagram, and I'm going to just share with you the entire page at the same time because of the limited time. It is much better for me to explain you with the entire picture together. So as you see that here are the cost of attendance. Is based on tuition, room and board, and cost, the transportation fees, and personal expenses. And students and parents' income and asset would calculate its own student contribution amount and parent contribution amount. By combining these two numbers, would be calculated in total of a student aid index amount. Student aid index amount is your own liability portion. You have to cover it with your own out-of-pocket cost. And there are three different methodologies: federal methodologies, institutional, and consensus methodologies. So after deducting student aid index amount and out of total cost of attendance for each schools, and the financial need amount is the maximum financial aid targeted amount you could have. So public school has institution rate or out of tuition rate, right? Institution rate schools, they would be awarded on the average of 67 and 72% range of the financial need amount. California is different. California has a Cal Grant method. So as long as the student has more than 3.0 GPA or college students more than 2.5, and you would be eligible to receive a Cal Grant as long as your family size and your income level is less than the range of maybe about 110,000 or something like that. And composition wise, and grant to scholarship is based on 55 to 65% of the entire awarded amount range. Self-help means that actually work study program, you have to work for it, or maximum $4,000 a year, very minimal working hours. And student loans or parent loans, like in between 35 to 45% range of financial need amount. So private school, by the way, would be able to give you minimum of 92% to 100% of your financial need amount. So the composition-wise, the free money, such as grant or scholarship, would be around 72 to 86% range. So important part is how we can the plan ahead by reducing your own liability portion, which is called the SAI amount. 이거 굉장히 중요한 다이어그램인데, 총 들어간 비용이 1년에 총 들어가는 비용에서 그 가정의 수익과 자산을 가지고 student aid index amount이 계산이 됩니다. 그러니까 주문을 통해서 먼저 지불을 해야 되는 돈이고, 그걸 뺀 차액이 financial need amount인데, 그 financial need amount이 각 대학마다 주립대학인 경우에는 62에서 72% 정도가 이제 주립대학인데, 타주에 있는 주립대학은 그 주정부에서 받는 보조금을 학생이 받지 못하기 때문에 대략 주정부 보조금이 한 28,000에서 32,000 정도 되는 돈을 부모가 커버를 해야 되고, 그 커버되는 그 돈은 전체 그 계산하는 파이낸셜 니드 어마운트에서 빠집니다. 그렇기 때문에 실질적으로 받을 수 있는 재정 보조는 대략 한 26에서 42% 정도 미만 정도가 될 수가 있겠습니다. 그렇지만 사립대학의 경우에는 아무리 등록금이 커도 계산하는 방식의 차이는 있습니다. 그 스튜던트 에이드 인덱스 금액을 뺀 나머지 차익에 대해서 대개 한 92에서 100% 재정 보조를 받고 그중에 한 72에서 80, 한 6% 정도가 갚지 않아도 되는 무상 보조금이라고 보면 되겠습니다. 따라서 우리가 인스테이트과 인스테이트 스쿨과 프라이빗 스쿨을 같이 겸해서 우리가 그 재정보조 신청을 하면 되겠죠. 다음으로 이제 칼리지 파이낸셜 에이드를 신청을 할 때는 우리가 그 신청서랑 베리피케이션 과정이 있습니다. 거기에 이제 FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student인데 연방 학생 재정보조 신청서가 있고요. 그리고 그 질문 내역이 넘어가는 게 한 128개 문항 정도밖에 안 넘어갑니다. 그 보기에는 몇 문제 안 되게 하지만 IRS DLT 방식을 써서 넘어오는 정보가 굉장히 많습니다. 그렇게 하고 그 사립대학에서는 수만 달러에 달하는 무상보조금을 지불하기 때문에 연방정부 재정보조 신청서에서 넘어오는 금액으로는 모자라기 때문에 CSS 프로파일이라고 하죠. The CSS profile requiring schools are around 260 schools registered in College Board because the reason that they asked for CSS profile additional financial aid application is because the lack of information received from FAFSA. FAFSA, the informations are a maximum total of 128 items are imported from IRS. By the way, CSS profile always there could be up to even 360 questionnaires and very detailed. Whatever information you submitted will be calculated for the SAI amount. 그 CSS 프로파일은 한 360문항이 넘을 수도 있습니다. 그래서 모든 그 포화 계산하는 자산의 범주가 훨씬 더 넓다고 보겠습니다. 그래서 부담금이 더 높아지겠죠. 대신에 CSS를 요구하는 그런 대학들은 재정부조 그 주는 퍼센티지가 굉장히 높습니다. IDOT system is an institutional documentation service, is a verification service, especially required by CSS profiling schools. So you don't need to submit all the verification documents to each school. You can just file IDA, and the IDA will distribute to the joint schools requiring a CSS profile. 그리고 이제 대학마다 institutional financial aid application 요구하는 데가 있습니다. And some schools they require institutional their own financial aid applications. And you have to be very careful. Most information must be accountable and must be the suitable for its own matching. And because they are going to go for income verifications and expense verifications as well. 그래서 인컴 제출한 정보를 모두 인컴이나 또 1년에 소요되는 그런 익스펜스라든가 이런 모든 것들을 그 다 베리피케이션 하는 과정이 있기 때문에 우리가 재정보조 신청서에 들어가는 인포메이션을 굉장히 신중하게 써야 됩니다. And negotiations will be crucial because each school has rejection letters for first appealing letter. So it must be strategized. 그 negotiation 어필하는 것도 중요한 거는 그 대학에서 지원하고 있는 재정보조의 그 레벨을 잘 언더스탠딩을 해야 됩니다. 그런 데이터가 없이 무조건 아무리가 힘들다 그러면 거절하기가 굉장히 쉽고요. 1차 거절 어필 레터는 아예 거절 레터를 준비하고 있는 경우가 많기 때문에 보다 전략적인 재정보조에 관한 어필 프로세스를 준비하고 시작을 해야 됩니다. The next one is FAFSA application and state deadlines. If you download the FAFSA application form, which is available online, and then you will see there are each school state deadlines, and you have to meet the state deadlines to receive eligible to receive the state your own residing state financial aid. 그 FAFSA는 그 연방정부 서류입니다. 그래서 연방정부의 데드라인은 6월 말일로 보통 이제 돼 있지만 주 정부마다 그 데드라인이 다 틀립니다. 그래서 그 주 정부의 데드라인을 반드시 그 맞춰주는 거는 굉장히 중요합니다. 그래서 그 학교가 어디 있느냐에 따라서 그 주 정부의 데드라인이 다르고요. 그보다 더 빠른 거는 학교 자체 내에 프라이어티 데드라인인데 그걸 맞춰주는 거는 굉장히 중요합니다. 학교의 재정 구조를 제대로 받기 위해서는 반드시 지켜주시기 바랍니다. The most earliest deadline for financial aid would be the school's priority deadline. Priority deadline has for the freshmen, there are two deadlines. One is early action, early admission, as well as just returning students or regular freshmen. So you have to really access your school's website and try to follow their guided deadlines. 이건 CSS 프로파일에 관한 그 애플리케이션 페이지고요. This is a CSS profile application page on CSS College Board website. So please make sure you connect to the right section. college financial aid를 maximizing 하기 위해서 it is important to understand SAI calculation factors because SAI is a reliable amount prior to any financial aid calculation. You have to cover it with the after-tax dollars. So that actually, as I show you here, some yellow and red color would be very countable assets. Especially our mission is to how to improve financial aid by minimizing your SAI amount. So if you see that I marked with all the red color assets would be heavily increasing your SAI amount. Some people might ask me that why the 401k, TSP, 403bs, and kind of SEP IRAs, whatever, the pension balance would be countable. Of course, while you are working for the company, and such amount would not be countable because the owner of the funds would be the corporate trust itself. But when you quit your job and you could take it over out of the company, then actually, if it is under your brokerage account, then actually it will be a heavily countable asset because you are able to access it. And 여기 나와 있는 것처럼 이 붉은색으로 되어 있는 자산들은 일반 자산보다는 거의 4배, 5배 정도의 SAR 아마운트를 올려주는 것입니다. 예, 이제 여러 가지 좀 더 디테일한 거는 시간상 제가 개인적인 질문이 왔을 때 제가 답변을 드리도록 하고 다음 장면 넘어가겠습니다. For maximum college financial aid, many people they ask me how they can maximize their college financial aid. And the most important thing is financial aid planning is a necessary procedure, especially ahead of time, because your income will be countable prior year's income from the college registration year, and also asset would be countable from the date of perhaps a process date, so which could be very crucial. 그 재정보조 신청은 왜 그 파이낸셜 에이드 플래닝이 미리 중요하냐면 이 대학을 등록하는 해보다 2년 전에 수입을 보면서 스페셜리 그 자산은 애플리케이션이 프로세스되는 날짜 자산하기 때문에 그거보다 미리 사전에 설계를 하셔야만이 재정보조를 굉장히 크게 잘 하실 수가 있는데 So maximum college financial aid is not based on the submission of the application, okay? The contents of the application is more important thing. And then to discuss about any assets or planning ahead of time and a licensed person use only because non-licensed person to discuss about clients' assets such as a 401k IRA, TSP, 403bs, or even any pension, even life insurance, mutual fund stocks, and you must be licensed at least Series 6 and 63 of that state. Because unless you hold a license, you don't have any experience or no knowledge, to discuss, and which would be illegal for non-licensed to discuss about your security. Security asset means that all the variable accounts or whatever the information just listed here. So the most of mistakes come from by taking opinions of non-licensed person. So any person is helping you out, and the filing is easy. However, the internal content that you submit through the application would be difficult factors, and you must truly understand how that could be calculable. Because look at this. This is the only the questions page, one of the questions page about parents and income and asset, especially for the student registering this year fall, 2024 fall, then their income is countable from 2022 tax return. If you see the income tax exempt or untaxed portion of IRA or IRA rollover into untaxed portion of, why they are asking all these questions, because they're going to count on it. So you have to be very careful. When you receive a 1099R, there are special techniques how you can avoid all these the amount to be non-countable asset too. So which could be very important key to success. And also even students income and asset, they ask for these type of questions. And because they did not ask for all these questions last year. But they said, and all the questions are very simplified. Of course, it is simplified because all these detailed informations are transferred from IRS data to FAFSA, but you are not able to even see that because it will be marked with the XXX, all these X's. So you don't know which information are actually transferred and to be calculable. So which would be very crucial until I got admitted. So college financial aid updates. There are so many updates, and you can replay back this slide, and you can actually try to understand what it means later, because all this information will be very delicate and complex. But one thing, your net worth will be countable to calculate SAI amount. So net worth up to 135,000, and their adjusted net worth amount will be calculated by 40% of up to that asset under 135,000. So in between 135,000 and 410,000, they actually calculate adjusted net worth amount $54,000 plus the 50% of the exceeding portion. Okay, so which means those assets are countable with certain factors. And if your income over 35,000 something, then actually they will calculate up to 5.65% of those amount as SAI, which is only portion of it. There are so many different factors and to be countable. 여기 보여주는 거는 이제 작년하고 다르게 그 재정 보조의 자산을 계산하기 위해서 그 계산하는 범주도 굉장히 넓어졌지만 그 모든 합계에서 넷월스에서 13만 5천 불까지는 일단 40%가 어저스티드 넷월스 계산이 돼서 거기에 따라서 퍼센테지로 뭐 한 5, 6% 정도 이제 그 인컴에 따라서 다르지만 그게 주머니 돈을 먼저 감당해야 될 SAI 금액을 자산 부분에서 올려준다는 말이고 13만 5천에서 한 14, 16만 불 사이 정도 되는 경우는 일단 기본적으로 5만 4천이 적용이 되는데 거기에 그 50%, 그 추가되는 부분에 대해서는 50%를 계산하겠다는 말입니다. 그러기 때문에 기본적으로 우리가 이런 사항들을 정확히 알면 작년보다 금년에 계산하는 그 부담금이 더 높아졌다는 걸 알 수가 있고, 그로 인해서 타일 그랜트라든가 그 다른 엘리지빌리티가 굉장히 더 낮아질 수 있기 때문에 반드시 사전 설계는 중요하다고 보겠습니다. So our mission is how we can lower this SAI amount. So this SAI saving amount is based on repositioning your assets and your income plannings. Okay, especially for income plannings, this should be crucial because let's say this SAI saving amount was $5,000, but if you apply for private schools owning 100% of a financial need amount, you will also not only paying $5,000 more, or savings, you would be able to get $5,000 more financial aid if you could save SAI amount. 이 굉장히 중요한 게 사전에 우리 SAI 플래닝을 통해서 SAI 금액을 낮추는 만큼 사립대를 갔을 때 사립대에서 90에서 100%를 재정 보조해 주니까 내 주머니돈도 줄이지만 그만큼을 더 받을 수 있다는 의미가 되는 거거든요. 그렇기 때문에 제일 중요한 거는 이 사전 플래닝을 어떻게 하냐가 굉장히 중요한 일입니다. This is a real case. Four families are household members, and the one college student, college student is only one from this household, and then before and after. And annual income was $140,000, a husband and wife, but they were able to reduce their income by doing corporate trust, so they could get the 73,500. So not only saving their taxes, they save the 10% taxes from before and to after. And if we calculate for the next 14 years for these parents could retire, and they could not only saving only 10% here, but also the total tax saving amount would be $309,000 for the next 14 years. This is this is the same family, the cases. And the similar family cases, cost of attendance was 89,756 for Georgetown University. And before and after, by planning all this, and these students, grant was $37,772, but now it became $68,635. So this family was able to improve their eligibilities from $44,000 to $75,000. So their net price means in out of own pocket cost is from almost $47,000 and down to $16,000. So cost saving a year was $30,000. And for 4 years in 123,000. 이게 굉장히 중요한 건데요. 4인 가족에 한 명이 대학을 갈 때 그 인컴이 14만 불이었는데 이제 플래닝을 해서 이건 일반 LLC를 가진 사실 뭐 컨트랙터이신데 73,500으로 인컴을 낮출 수 있었어요. 합법적으로. 그리고 나머지 7만 얼마를 코퍼레이트 트러스트 안으로 집어넣어서 쉘터에다가 보관을 할 수 있게 해놨고, 그래서 실질적으로 세금을 30에서 20%로 낮출 수 있었고, 그 낮춘 세금을 계속해서 은퇴할 때까지 계속 매년 줄여 나갈 수가 있다면, 코퍼레이트 트러스트 때문에, 그러면 실질적으로 세금을 30만 9천 달러나 절약을 할 수 있었습니다. 그리고 이 학생은 가정에서 조지타운을 가게 됐는데, 원래는 플래닝 하기 전에는 44,272달러를 파이낸셜 에이드가 예상이 됐었지만 실질적으로는 75,135달러를 받게 됐어요. 그래서 무상보조금, 그랜트 스칼러십이 차지하는 비율이 지금 조지타운이 한 83% 정도 되는데 받는 금액에. 그래서 7만 7천 달러 이상 정도를 받다가 지금 6만 8천 이상을 무상보조로 받아서 실질적으로 주머니 돈이 4만 7천에서 1만 6천 달러로 떨어짐으로써 1년에 3만 달러 이상을 받게 됐죠. 그래서 4년이면 12만 3천 달러. 그러니까 이게 단지 애플리케이션을 제출해 주는 것만 가지고 이렇게 하는 게 아니라 실질적으로 그 안에 들어가는 모든 데이터와 내용을 우리가 어떻게 설계를 하냐에 따라서 굉장히 큰 차이가 난다는 거 보여드린 겁니다. So this is a FAFSA application. If you look at the last page of a paper version, then there is some items called like investment include, investment also include, investment do not include. The major portion of the idea is how we can reposition from calculative asset to non-calculative assets. 이거는 이제 this is only for the public schools using only FAFSA. FAFSA federal formula does not count on the internal home equity amount. So actually the home you live in would not be counted over here, but all private schools, including some few public schools, such as Georgia Tech, University of Virginia, and College of William Mary, they would require CSA profile, and also they will count on the home equity amount as a parent's asset too. 그래서 기본적인 그런 어떤 플래닝이 돼야 되고, maximum tax deductions, and many of you who does not hold any license would not be able to understand all these procedures. But one thing I could show you is simple IRA or like a SEP IRA would not be, that is crucial. 심플 IRA나 일반 SEP IRA, regular IRA, Roth IRA 이런 거는 오히려 독이 됩니다. That is poisonous. Because you are able to controllable to contribute how much you could do it, even 401k, something like that. But 401k salary difference is a different one because this is not controlled by the employee. Employer or trustee of the plan could control. So actually profit sharing plan or defined benefit pension, cash balance of 423 defined benefit plan, the maximum deductible amount according to the owner's age. Look at this, owner's age is of 50, the maximum would be even you can deduct $330,000. 이거 굉장히 중요한 컨셉입니다. 하물며 예를 들어서 회사를 소유하고 있는 경우에 세금에서 공제할 수 있는 게 맥시멈 에이지에 따라서 다르지만 33만 불까지도 공제할 수 있기 때문에 우리가 인컴을 합법적으로 공제를 하면서 적게 보고함으로써 SA의 금액을 낮출 수 있기 때문에 이런 거를 다뤄줄 수 있는 거는 일반 라이센스만 있다고 되는 것도 아니고 경험이 풍부해야 됩니다. 이게 매뉴얼이 따로 없고 에리사에 따라서 TPA가 작업을 하는 거기 때문에 회계사도 다룰 수가 없습니다. 이거는 TPA 이제 같이 작업을 해야 되는 저 같은 재무사들이 다루는 일입니다. And also look at this. The retirement plan limit 2023. 그러니까 앞으로 2025년에 대학을 등록하는 학생들은 금년도에도 이런 것들을 우리가 할 수 있겠죠. 여기서 보면 일반적으로 2023년이 22년보다는 그 맥시멈 넣을 수 있는 공제를 할 수 있는 아마도 26만 5천 33만 불까지도 늘려왔다는 걸 알 때 많은 분들이 이런 방법을 모르고 있습니다. 이걸 활용을 하셔야 됩니다. So this is a maximum the tax deductible amount from any LLC, S corporations, C corporations, but regulations are a little bit different based on the W2 amount or the qualified business income amount for LLCs. It depends on like each company has a different. So when you fall into these categories, you want to really have a lot of tax deductions, and by saving so much taxes with a maximum college financial aid, please contact me. 이거는 실제 있었던 케이스죠. 여기 보면 this is a real case, and the person here is a construction contractor, general contractor. He's making about $290,000, but he was able to deduct $210,000 for himself by hybriding defined contribution and defined benefit plan, hybrided plan. So he could, the maximum deduction up to 210,000, he could report only $80,000 in income of the year, which will keep his own lifestyle with no problem in Georgia. So 굉장한 거죠. 그 21만 불을 공제를 했으니까. 예. 그래서 이게 합법적으로 this is another one. Husband and wife they own the business, and the husband generates $85,700 in income. Wife generates $54,300. So their income is over $131,000. But they were able to deduct $66,500 by setting up a corporate trust. So they could end up with about only $60,000. So they got almost 100% of a college financial aid from the private school. 이 말은 뭐냐면 그 남편이 86,700, 와이프가 54,300을 버는데 한 13만 불이 넘는 인컴이죠. 근데 맥시멈 공제를 66,500달러를 했습니다. 회사에서. 그래서 다 그걸 자기 안에 코퍼레이트 트러스트를 넣어서 나중에 은퇴연금으로 쓰게 해놓은 다음에 그래서 실질적으로는 그 텍스를 26,600불 정도 가까이 절약을 하고 그렇게 하고 실질적으로는 인컴을 6만 불 선에서 파일링함으로써 재정 보조를 거의 100% 가까이 받게 됐어요. 사립대학에서. 이런 게 실질적인 케이스입니다. 제가 직접 보여드리는 거예요. All right, so college admission versus financial aid. This is very important diagrams. Financial aid could impact admission decision? Of course not, because need 이거는 파이낸셜 에이드가 칼리지 어드미션에 영향을 줄 수가 없습니다. 왜냐하면 need blind policy였습니다. Yeah, they use a need blind policy. So they are prohibited to see the submitted data until they decide the student applicant as an admitted student. 그리고 칼리지 어드미션은 우리가 학교에서 등록해주기 원하는 학생으로 될 경우에는 재정 부족이 더 많아지겠죠. 파이낸셜 에이드망에. 예, 그러니까 영향을 줄 수가 있고. Advantage is you can actually utilize and financial aid process to maximize your admission rate. There are several different techniques, but today I don't have enough time to explain about it. So you just ask me the question later by email, then I'll explain you about it. So 칼리지 어드미션이 다 전부 다 이렇게 영향을 줄 수 있는 어드밴티지를 우리가 양 측면에서 갖고 있다는 것도 설명을 드리겠습니다. 네, Key to Success는 스튜던트 프로파일을 빌딩을 잘 해야죠. 학교에서 선호하게 성적만 갖고 뽑는 게 아니니까. 그 Financial Aid Preparation in Planning 그것도 굉장히 중요한 거고요. 그리고 학교에서 말하는 Net Price Calculator는 되게 조심해야 됩니다. 이 Net Price Calculator는 이 학교가 마케팅으로 활용을 합니다. 계산하지 않는 부분이 너무 많습니다. 그리고 yeah, I always use this table because there are many student families, they would believe that actually their kids could go to the private, very high-end schools, like with no problem when they get very good the academy index score. But actually, out of 4 million students graduating from 27,000 high school and 27,000 valedictorians and second-ranked students are 27,000 students. Even SJ presidents and editors, each 27,000 students. And these days, and actually, high score students are very common. So there will be more than 55,000 students available who would get SAT score more than 1530. So in reality, there are over 180 students or the top grade schools, but the top 10 school selects only about around 22,000 students. So they are almost similar and look alike on admission point of view. So only 1% difference could make a huge pass or fail. Where? College application. So application is very important side. These are the admission rate table. If you look at the New York University, so class of 2028 versus from 26, right? There are 4.2% drops, but it is actually 4.2% divided by 12.2, which is about 34% or more has a drop down, the admission rate change. 이 말은 뭐냐면 2026년 졸업하는 학생, 2022년에 들어간 학생들과 28년에 들어간 학생들을 우리가 이제 비교를 해보면 합격률이 4%가 떨어졌다 그러지만 말은 4%지만 실질적으로는 12.2분의 4가 되는 겁니다. 그래서 사실은 합격률이 34% 정도가 학교 측면에서 상대적으로 우리가 떨어졌다고 우리가 볼 수가 있겠습니다. 그러니까 절대값을 보지 마시고 상대값을 봐서 얼마나 경쟁이 치열해졌는지를 우리가 다시 한번 생각해 봐야 될 겁니다. Understanding admission process is very important part of college financial aid because if you understand and improve your student's profile in admission process, definitely school has more tendency to have such candidate to register the school and by maximizing college financial aid as well. So there are 3 stages. First one is admission, the academy index, and extracurricular activities and personal qualification. So there are 17 different admission factors through public information areas, and actually these 17 admission counselors will the admission factors will be listed on a college application tab. And also each school has a different their preference in admission factors according to their histories or the purpose of the school establishment as well as their academic philosophies as well. So as an example, there are 2 schools in the Chicago area, so University of Chicago versus Northwestern. Most of students applying for Northwestern will also apply for University of Chicago at the same time by using the same information, but according to how they furnish the applications and evaluation point will be quite different. Very important admission factors are considered as a 40-50% of the application weight. And also important admission factors are maybe about 20-40% range. So once those points are the same, then school will definitely consider the bottom part of the admission factors. So these two schools are evaluating each student profile very different ways and totally reversed. So that actually, if you just copy one to another, there gotta be a great chance that you may fail one of the schools. Even though you did all your best. And this is a second comparison, like admission factor differences among each schools. But if you see Cornell UPenn, there are many students applying for both schools at the same time, but not admitted for both schools at the same time as well. So the taxonomy system, understanding taxonomy system is very important thing because taxonomy is like a college selection process. So if there are so many students applying for the same school at the same time, such as UCLA, like there are over 145,000 students applying at the same time, but each admission counselors would spend 7 to 8 minutes on average, especially first read, the second read, the third read for maybe 30 admission counselors at most, and would be able to review maybe up to maximum 25,000 applications, during the season, where 145,000 students already applied for. So computer actually the select those applications by giving each student an equal opportunity by converting those information submitted on the application to a point system. So it is crucial to understand what taxonomy is. This is the kind of actual the pages, and like as an example, like if your GPA was 3.7 and 3.8 for range on a 4.0 scale, you would be able to get maybe 9 points or even 10 points, 8 points, and 7 points. Even 1 point difference will make a huge difference in 7 to 8,000 admission failure or pass or failure. And also the 5 or more AP scores, you too could have a maximum 7 points, but AP actual exam score would be a very, very important thing. Because if your AP score is low, where your GPA is high, this is inflated GPA, will be disadvantageous. So course load also will be accountable, maximum to 5 points or something like that. But if you are rising senior right now, it is too late to like enhance these scores, right? Unless you actually improve your great improvement of your SAT or ACT scores. But there is a great still chance for the remaining 4 to 5 months. We have this time and the non-academic achievement rating side. If you have 4 or more areas of significant achievement, national, international level, then you're going to get 5 points. On 3 or more areas in state, regional level, you're going to get 4 points. And significant at the area level of 2, those are usually the leadership and research areas. And how could you actually provide it? And you can actually do any types of research or something kind of achievement so that actually they could consider you in a certain level of expert, the socially impactful level. So personal qualification ratings, and if you achieve at least the 3 points in non-academic achievement rating, definitely you have a clear evidence of excellent interpersonal qualities, so that actually that you could get maximum of 7 points there, then it will have a huge difference. All the minorities such as Alaskan American Indian or African American or Spanish, those they will have five additional points as a minority. So will make a huge difference, right? These areas are the great opportunity for the remaining years and actually to complete your application to enhance your college admission. Recommendation essays also what types of the words are included in on the recommendations. One of our best this year, or exceptional the group of seniors like that, or strongly recommended, definitely helpful, right? But you can't ask your recommender to include those words, right? And also, essay is evaluated by the computer. Definitely, writing styles and critically important thing. And then you have to be very careful, okay? Even though you hire essay reviewers. And this is important page, the common application page. If you go to education section, you just click education and then you go bottom of the application part. There is an honors. If you click honors, and there gotta be some kind of 5 different sections you need to actually submit your achievement record. You could see why I emphasize taxonomy system. You see that the grade level and also level up recognitions like a school level, state, regional, national, international. Yes, it is much better not for you to find out and lack of those activities, while you are actually furnishing your application at the end. So it is important for you to consider and to categorize and organize your current student profiles in advance. You still have an opportunity for the next 4 to 5 months to achieve at least a couple of things, okay? And importance of research and leadership areas, it is important thing. First of all, you have to understand our admission process, and you will know what kind of default areas your kids need to improve your profile building. And then you select the colleges according to those taxonomy points, which will be socially impactful and personal qualities. This is actual page, a screenshot. I got a screenshot of a Georgia Tech application last year and shows leadership and research achievement rate is very important thing. So if you see this contribution to community areas, and actually you will see the bottom part, I marked the red, and do not overlook research, internship, family responsibilities, etc., as an important contribution, because they will definitely measure your achievement and your contribution to these areas as a very valued applicants to like to select. So it must be socially impactful. Okay. And this is a kind of a screenshot of our mailers and last year to help about 1,000 students to enhance their the profile building. This is one of the key to success to hire one mentor, actually one-on-one sessions, and definitely even the bring it up to publication. Usually the research, it takes about the 10 to 12 weeks. And then if you want to publish your final outcome to publicize in major publications, normally it will take another 2 to 3 months. So you must start it as soon as possible before it is too late. And then you can actually get all this information through the website. We created almost 3 finalists, especially during ISEF this period, and their admission, college admission, will greatly improve, especially registering this fall, and all IBs too. And this is the AI areas. AI is very simplified kind of research areas. You can enhance your profile within a short period of time. And these are actual like publications and the achievement record building the students or the profile with a proven record. And truly, it made their motivations and also enhance their contribution to the world of science, whatever development in the world. And financial aid paradigm shift is critically needed. And because do not take any opinions by non-licensed person, I already emphasized why the dangerous by taking dangerous the decisions by taking someone else's opinion with no license and doesn't understand exactly how to the plan for the maximum eligibility for the college financial aid. And my child will take care of it? Of course not. Then normally they don't have any understanding of the formula. They don't know even they don't have any they are not involved in any decision making process for the maximum college financial aid. And focusing on the application submissions, of course not, because the contents of the application is more important thing prior to any submissions, right? And once the application is submitted, college will take care of it? Of course not. And you have to really watch over all your follow-up and the pending process of your submitted application to maximize your the financial aid. Even though you did it completely, but there are mis-awarded or under-awarded situation, by schools of financial aid package. And the next one, you could see that our income is too high. Of course not. I showed you the actual example who's making $280,000 and were able to deduct the $210,000 as tax deduction, so that they could file only $70,000 income. So they were able to receive almost close to $70,000 in free money from the school when they applied for financial aid. And also outcome is our income is very low. That is one of the key to failure, because when you generated you filed a $40,000 income, but your expense of the given year was $60,000. How do you explain, about the $20,000 difference? School will calculate such discrepancies as untaxed income, especially to give you much less financial aid, and by maximizing their SAI amount, student aid index amount, your liability portion. And also, the last one is if you're marked and you're not going to apply for college financial aid, and on the application, they're not going to give you financial aid for the first year, of course, where you don't need it, right? So this is a need blind policy. So financial aid does not affect the admission process. So you have to apply for financial aid. These diagram phono shows, college search, initial college search and draft, and then financial aid comparison. So you will select the actual applying schools, then you will also do the research among admission factors, then you will start filing application. This is very important self-evaluation form we have developed. Please place your order for this free copy, and then try to fill it out and send us back by using this email address. And we give you the correct answer, so you will enhance your better understanding of the entire college financial aid process from the beginning to the end. So we truly want to help you out, and hopefully you could find your most important, interesting areas of understanding too. And this is our contact information. So if you have any the questions regarding college financial aid, as well as any college admission side, just send me a request by using my email address, and I'll be more than happy to help you out for your great success. And good luck, and thank you so much.